Have you ever stopped in the middle of a snack, maybe holding a banana, a bunch of grapes, or even a glass of orange juice, and thought to yourself, this has to be good for me, right? After all, it's fruit. We've been told our whole lives that fruit is nature's candy, a gift from the earth, something that only adds health and never takes it away. But here's the reality most people don't talk about. Not every fruit is friendly to you as you get older. In fact, some of the fruits you've trusted for decades might now be quietly working against your body, straining your heart, raising your blood sugar, or even speeding up the very aging you're trying to slow down. I know that sounds shocking, maybe even a little unfair. After all, you've been careful. You've tried to make better choices. You've swapped cookies for grapes, soda for juice, heavy meals for bananas. And yet, what if I told you some of those healthy swaps may actually be harming your energy, your memory, and your independence? This is why today's video matters. Because once you cross that age of 60, your body doesn't process foods the way it used to. Your metabolism slows, your digestion changes, your blood vessels become more sensitive, and even your organs filter things differently. That means what kept you strong at 40 might weaken you at 65. And when it comes to fruit, some can truly protect your brain and your heart, while others quietly chip away at your health. And that's exactly what we're uncovering today. By the end of this video, you'll know the 4 fruits you should avoid at all costs if you want to stay sharp, steady, and strong. And just as importantly, you'll discover the 4 fruits you must eat daily, the ones that science shows can protect your memory, fight off disease, and even extend your life. Now, before we dive into the list, I want to hear from you. What fruit do you eat most often? Is it apples, bananas, maybe oranges, or something else? Comment below, and let's see which one ends up surprising you the most today. And one more thing. If staying informed about your health, your independence, and your quality of life after 60 matters to you, then go ahead and subscribe to Medsential. This is the channel where we share the truths every senior deserves to know. The truths that help you live not just longer, but stronger. So, are you ready? Let's start with the first fruit on the list, and this one might surprise you. Let's begin with a fruit that looks innocent, even healthy, but can quickly turn into trouble after 60, grapes. Imagine this. A grandmother sits in her living room, a bowl of grapes on the table. She pops one after another, thinking it's the perfect light snack, sweet, refreshing, and harmless. But a little while later, she feels weak, tired, and shaky. Her energy crashes almost as quickly as it spiked. This is the hidden problem with grapes. They're high in natural sugars, glucose and fructose, and very low in fiber. That means when you eat them, those sugars rush straight into your bloodstream. For someone younger, the body can usually handle that surge with a strong insulin response. But after 60, your body's ability to manage blood sugar slows down. Your pancreas doesn't release insulin as efficiently, and your cells don't absorb glucose the way they once did. The result? A sharp spike in blood sugar followed by a rapid crash. Over time, those spikes and crashes strain your heart, wear down your blood vessels, and increase your risk of type 2 diabetes. And it doesn't stop there. High blood sugar also fuels inflammation in your body, the very inflammation linked to arthritis, memory decline, and heart disease. Now here's the misconception. Many people assume that fruit sugar is harmless because it's natural. But sugar is sugar. Whether it comes from candy or grapes, your body still has to process it. And when there isn't enough fiber to slow things down, it hits your bloodstream just like a spoonful of table sugar. So what can you do instead? If you love grapes, eat them sparingly, just a few at a time, and preferably paired with some protein like a handful of nuts. Better yet, swap them for berries. Blueberries, raspberries, or blackberries give you that same sweet flavor, but with far more fiber and powerful antioxidants that actually protect your brain and your heart instead of harming them. The lesson here is simple. Grapes may look small and harmless, but for seniors, they can be a big trigger for blood sugar swings that drain your energy and chip away at your long-term health. And grapes aren't the only innocent-looking fruit that can backfire. Now let's talk about pineapple. Bright yellow, tropical, and often seen as a symbol of health. But for seniors, pineapple can be a hidden problem waiting to happen. Picture this. An elderly man starts his day with fresh pineapple every morning, believing it's the perfect way to get vitamins and feel energized. At first, it feels fine, but soon, he notices burning in his chest after meals, aching joints that seem to flare up more often, and an uncomfortable heaviness in his stomach. He doesn't make the connection at first, but the culprit is sitting right there on his plate. Here's why. Pineapple is very high in natural sugars and also very acidic. That acidity can irritate the stomach lining, which naturally becomes thinner and more sensitive as we age. What your stomach handled at 30 might cause pain and indigestion at 65. The acid in pineapple can also worsen acid reflux, a condition many seniors already struggle with. At the same time, the high sugar content in pineapple fuels inflammation throughout the body. Inflammation is like a slow fire inside your tissues. It makes arthritis worse, weakens your immune system, and accelerates aging in your cells. So while you think you're nourishing your body with fruit, you may actually be stoking the flames of chronic pain and fatigue. Here's where the misconception comes in. Many people believe pineapple is healing because it contains bromelain, an enzyme known to support digestion and reduce inflammation. That's true, but only in small amounts. To actually benefit from bromelain, you'd have to eat a very controlled, tiny serving. Once you start piling on full cups of pineapple, the sugar and acid outweigh the benefits. So what's the smarter choice? Limit pineapple to small, occasional portions, not daily servings. And if you're looking for a fruit that supports digestion without the acid overload, try papaya. Papaya is gentler on the stomach, still aids digestion, and gives you vitamins without the same sugar spikes or irritation. The bottom line is this. Pineapple may feel refreshing and tropical, but too much can leave you with heartburn, aching joints, and faster aging from the inside out. But sometimes, the danger isn't the acid. Sometimes, it's the sugar hiding inside a fruit you trust completely. Now let's talk about a fruit almost everyone loves, especially seniors, the banana. Soft, easy to chew, quick to grab, and always available. For many older adults, bananas feel like the safest snack. They're gentle on the stomach, convenient, and for decades they've been promoted as one of the healthiest choices you can make. But here's the hidden truth. Not all bananas are equal, and when they become too ripe, they can cause more harm than good. Here's why. Bananas start out rich in starch, but as they ripen, that starch turns into simple sugars, glucose, fructose, and sucrose. The more brown spots on the peel, the more sugar inside. For someone with a young, strong metabolism, the body may manage that sugar surge with little trouble. But after 60, when your metabolism slows and your insulin response isn't as sharp, those sugars hit the bloodstream quickly and cause a spike. And just like grapes, that spike is followed by a crash. You may feel an instant boost of energy, but within an hour, the fatigue sets in. Your hands might shake, your mind feels cloudy, and your mood dips. Over time, these roller coaster swings stress your pancreas, wear down your cells, and raise the risk of insulin resistance and type 2 diabetes. Now let's address the big misconception. People say, bananas are always healthy. They're fruit, so they must be good for you. That's not entirely true. Timing and ripeness matter. A firm, slightly green banana digests slower, releasing sugar more gradually. But an overripe, spotted banana acts almost like candy. So what's the smarter choice? If you enjoy bananas, keep them in moderation. Choose them when they're still a little green rather than fully brown. Pair them with protein or healthy fat, like peanut butter or a few almonds, to slow down the sugar spike. And instead of eating a whole banana every day, try half. That small adjustment alone can make a big difference in stabilizing your energy and protecting your blood sugar. The bottom line is this: bananas aren't the enemy, but they're not as harmless as they seem. For seniors, knowing when and how to eat them is the key to turning them from a risk into a benefit. And finally, let's move on to one fruit that may shock you, because it's often labeled healthy in juices, smoothies, and breakfast routines, yet it's one of the most dangerous for older adults. Now we arrive at the biggest trap of all: fruit juice. Orange juice, apple juice, grape juice, you name it. For decades, juice has been marketed as a natural, healthy way to start the day. Many seniors believe a glass of juice in the morning boosts immunity, protects the heart, and provides essential vitamins. But here's the reality: fruit juice is one of the worst choices you can make after 60. Here's why. When you juice fruit, you strip away the fiber, the very part that slows down sugar absorption and keeps your blood sugar steady. What's left is essentially liquid sugar that floods your bloodstream in minutes. A single glass of orange juice can contain the same sugar load as several donuts. And because there's no fiber to buffer it, the sugar spike is sharp and damaging. This puts enormous stress on the pancreas, the organ responsible for releasing insulin. For seniors, the pancreas is already working harder than ever to keep blood sugar under control. Pushing it with daily juice accelerates insulin resistance, raises triglycerides, and fuels inflammation throughout the body. And it doesn't stop at blood sugar. Juice is acidic, which can erode tooth enamel and worsen dental problems common in older adults. It also contributes to weight gain around the belly, a risk factor for heart disease and dementia. The big misconception is that because juice is natural, it must be safe. But natural doesn't mean harmless. Even juices with no sugar added labels are still loaded with concentrated sugars that your body can't process effectively after 60. So what's the smarter move? Always choose whole fruits instead of juice. Eating an orange gives you vitamin C plus the fiber that slows digestion, protects your gut, and keeps your blood sugar balanced. Whole fruits nourish, juice overwhelms. If you still love juice, treat it as an occasional treat, not a daily habit. Better yet, replace your morning juice with a glass of water and a piece of fruit. You'll hydrate your body, get your vitamins naturally, and avoid the sugar shock that comes with juice. The truth is simple. Juice may look fresh and healthy, but for seniors, it's one of the fastest ways to raise blood sugar, weaken teeth, and strain your heart. Now that we've uncovered the 4 worst fruits that can quietly harm you, let's turn the page to the fruits that can truly protect your health after 60. These are the ones you should eat every single day if you want to keep your brain sharp, your heart strong, and your energy alive. Now that we've cleared the table of the fruits that can work against you, let's bring in the ones that truly work for you. And we'll start with one of the smallest fruits, but one of the most powerful: blueberries. Think of blueberries as tiny shields for your brain. Inside every berry is a rich supply of antioxidants, compounds that fight off oxidative stress, the process that slowly damages brain cells and accelerates memory decline. As we age, the brain naturally faces more oxidative stress, And this is one of the reasons memory slips, focus weakens, and the risk of dementia rises. Blueberries step in like a protective guard, slowing that damage and helping your brain stay sharper longer. The science is remarkable. Studies have shown that seniors who regularly eat blueberries perform better on memory tests, show stronger focus, and even experience improvements in balance and coordination. One long-term study found that older adults who ate blueberries at least twice a week had a significantly lower risk of developing dementia compared to those who rarely ate them. And here's why they're such a smart swap. Remember grapes, the fruit that spikes blood sugar and drains your energy? Blueberries give you the same sweet flavor, but with fiber that steadies your blood sugar instead of sending it on a roller coaster. That means you can enjoy the taste without worrying about the crash. So if you're looking for a fruit that protects your brain, stabilizes your energy, and satisfies your sweet tooth, blueberries are the way to go. Replace that bowl of grapes with a handful of blueberries, and you'll be giving your body and mind exactly what they need. Blueberries aren't just fruit. For seniors, they're brain food. Simple, delicious, and deeply protective. Next, let's talk about a fruit so common you might overlook its power, the apple. There's a reason people say, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. And while that saying may sound old-fashioned, the truth behind it is stronger than ever, especially for seniors. Apples are packed with two powerful defenders for your heart, fiber and polyphenol. The soluble fiber in apples binds to cholesterol in your digestive system and helps remove it from your body. Over time, this lowers LDL, the bad cholesterol that clogs arteries and raises the risk of heart attacks and strokes. The polyphenol in apples are natural plant compounds that reduce inflammation, relax blood vessels, and keep your circulation strong. But here's the key. These benefits are concentrated in the skin. Peel the apple, and you lose much of what makes it powerful. That's why it's best to wash your apples well and eat them with the skin on. Now, let's clear up a big myth. Apple juice is not the same as an apple. A glass of apple juice is basically sugar water with almost no fiber. It raises blood sugar, erodes your teeth, and offers only a fraction of the benefits of the whole fruit. But biting into a crisp apple gives you fiber, nutrients, and slow energy release, the things your heart and body need most. So when you're choosing a daily fruit, don't overlook the apple. Affordable, easy to find, and deeply nourishing, it quietly strengthens your heart with every bite. Now let's move to a fruit that almost everyone associates with health, the orange. Bright, refreshing, and full of flavor, oranges have been a breakfast table favorite for generations. But when you're over 60, how you eat them makes all the difference. Here's why oranges matter so much. They're packed with vitamin C, a nutrient your immune system depends on to fight infections, repair tissue, and keep your skin and blood vessels strong. And it's not just the vitamin C. Oranges are also rich in fiber, which slows down the release of sugar into your bloodstream, keeping your energy steady instead of spiking and crashing. For seniors, that combination, vitamin C plus fiber, is a powerful shield against both illness and fatigue. But here's where many people go wrong. They drink orange juice instead of eating the fruit itself. A glass of juice might feel healthy, but the reality is that it's mostly sugar without the fiber. Your body absorbs that sugar almost instantly, stressing your pancreas and raising your blood sugar levels in a way that can lead to insulin resistance over time. Whole oranges, on the other hand, give you everything: the vitamins, the antioxidants, the hydration, and the fiber your body desperately needs. Think about it this way. When you peel and eat an orange, you're feeding your body a balanced package nature designed. When you drink the juice, you're stripping away what keeps it safe. So if you truly want the benefits oranges have to offer, stronger immunity, steadier blood sugar, and protection against illness. Skip the carton and go straight for the fruit. Oranges aren't just a tasty snack. For seniors, they're one of the simplest, most effective ways to guard your immune system and keep your body resilient. And now, we arrive at the number one fruit, the avocado. It doesn't look like much at first glance. No bright colors, no sweet burst of flavor, not even the crunch you get from apples. But when it comes to longevity, avocados are in a class of their own. Here's why. Unlike most fruits, avocados are loaded with healthy fats, the kind that nourish your brain, protect your heart, and keep your joints flexible. These monounsaturated fats lower bad cholesterol, support circulation, and reduce inflammation throughout the body. That means fewer stiff mornings, steadier memory, and stronger protection against heart disease, the number one threat to seniors today. But that's not all. Avocados also help your body absorb other vital nutrients, especially vitamins D and E, which are critical for bone strength, immune health, and skin repair. Think of avocados as a key that unlocks other vitamins, making them more effective once they're inside your system. And here's something unique. While most fruits cause some level of blood sugar rise, avocados actually do the opposite. They stabilize blood sugar instead of spiking it. That makes them especially valuable for seniors managing prediabetes, diabetes, or simply trying to keep energy levels steady throughout the day. Practical and versatile, avocados can be mashed on whole grain toast, sliced into a salad, blended into a smoothie, or even eaten plain with a sprinkle of salt and pepper. No matter how you enjoy them, they deliver protection and strength from the inside out. So if you're looking for the one fruit that ties it all together, brain health, heart protection, joint support, and steady energy, make avocados a regular part of your diet. It's not just food. For seniors, it's fuel for a longer, healthier life. So let's take a moment to bring it all together. To recap, the 4 fruits seniors should avoid are grapes, pineapple, bananas, and fruit juice. These may look harmless, even healthy, but they can quietly raise blood sugar, fuel inflammation, or weaken your body in ways you don't notice until later. And on the other side, the 4 fruits to enjoy daily are blueberries, apples, oranges, and avocados. These are the real protectors, fruits that strengthen your brain, shield your heart, support your immunity, and keep your energy steady. They don't just fill your stomach, they fuel your future. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these surprised you the most? Do you eat bananas every day without thinking twice? Or have you been relying on juice in the mornings, believing it was helping your health? Share your experience in the comments. Let's learn from each other and build a community of seniors who are choosing strength, clarity, and independence together. And if this video helped you, consider subscribing to Medsential. This is where we uncover the health truths every senior deserves to know. Truths that protect your body, extend your life, and help you feel more confident about every choice you make. When you subscribe, you're not just joining a channel. You're joining a movement of people committed to aging wisely and living fully. Thank you for watching today's video. Stay strong, stay informed, and remember this: your best years don't have to be behind you. With the right knowledge, the right habits, and the right foods, they can still be ahead.